My name is Elin Martinsson.
And my name is Anna Massfeller.
As agricultural economists, we take lessons learned from current technologies to learn more about the adoption and the consequences of future agricultural technologies.
We draw conclusions based on farmers' motivation, technology traits, and the overall context. To understand and promote the adoption of future mechanical weeding technologies, I look at existing mechanical weeding in sugar beets. The underlying assumption is that the overall context, technology traits, and farmers' motivation remain the same, independent of the level of technologization. For the context, this means, for example, that I look at EU sugar beet farmers that face the same legal framework and production conditions. Also, technology traits remain the same. Mechanical weeding is yield enhancing and risk reducing. From that, we can derive implications for tech development that is in line with farmers' objectives. Farmers might have different motivations why to use mechanical weeding. It might be out of environmental concern. Then future technologies shouldn't remove all weeds, but only those that are less important for biodiversity abundance. If farmers use mechanical weeding as a complement to chemical weeding, all weeds should be removed. Additionally, also implications for effective policies could be derived. To design cost and environmentally beneficial policies, we need to know what drives the adoption decision. One example is the socio-spatial network. If we find that the observation of other farmers' fields influences the adoption decision, the support of first adopters in a region could be the path to choose. Hence, looking at existing mechanical weeding technologies can be applied to future technologies and thereby lead to broad-scale adoption.
Similarly, as for the adoption of technology, we can also use current technology to say something about the consequences of future technology adoption. Having an overview of the consequences of technology is important for policy, where policymakers might want to know how to optimize the benefits of a technology or how to avoid adverse effects. I want to study this using one empirical and one theoretical starting point. In my empirical research, I study automatic milking systems and how this affects the trade-off between economic and environmental sustainability. But what does automatic milking systems have to do with sustainable crop production? Automatic milking systems is one of few robotic technologies which is already widely implemented in agriculture, and thus studying this can offer valuable insights in how farms react to new robotic technology. In my research, I also present a general procedure on how to evaluate farm-level effects of adopting a new technology. And I also highlight the importance of considering other aspects than only if the technology lives up to its objective. I also want to generalize these results into also be applicable to other similar technologies, which brings me to my second research project. My second research project is to construct a conceptual framework of the consequences of technology. By starting from the primary effects and eliciting the secondary effects, I want to create a holistic overview of the consequences of technology adoption and usage. Examples of primary effects are the objective of the technology or technology traits. And secondary effects are structural and behavioral changes induced by the technology adoption. One example of a primary effect is the investment cost. For some technology, the investment cost is high, and this has been found to lead to the expansion of farms, such as the case for automatic milking systems. For other technologies, the investment cost might be much lower, which has been found to preserve smaller farm sizes. Another example of a primary effect is the objective to reduce input usage, such as reducing fertilizers. This has been found to lead to adverse effects of, in the end, increasing the input usage or increasing the input usage of other inputs, such as land. In economics, this is often referred to as the rebound effect. By creating the conceptual framework like this, I want to create an overview of the effects of technology. In this video, we have shown what lessons can be taken from current technology to future technologies.
Hence, looking at existing technologies is a promising path to reach the overall goal of sustainable crop production.